Hey there.
Sorry, I
For
had to
real?
adjust settings. Uh,
There we go. Posted.
uh,
Hey, naked firefly.
okay.
I'm drunk.
Hi.
Okay. So my goal is to start at like noon, and I can get to the scene and introduce F-boy Aladdin.
Fuck boy alive. Pretty motherfucker.
Yes, very pretty. Yeah, I need to behave because I'm making all my characters like super pretty, and that's just not realistic.
It's your story. And I mean, come on. In the supernatural world, you know.
Yeah, everyone in the fantasy world is pretty, apparently.
Yep. Well, apparently everybody in the fantasy world is white too, so you know. If they can do it,
Hey,
you can.
I'm doing a rainbow of pretty people.
And that's why it's okay. If you see me mute randomly because I'm eating salad.
Oh, are you getting your salad tossed?
Ew.
What's ew about that? It's awesome.
Oh my god. Well, I've heard it used in much more gross ways, that term, so the one I was thinking of was ew.
But
I'm
I'm
sad
gonna.
though. I'm at a salad.
Why are you sad about your salad?
Because that's the last of it.
Oh no!
It's the end of the world.
I'm going to pull up a timer so I can actually get this going.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna use Glowy Moon.
Glowy Moon. I like that one.
We
Okay,
have
I want to know
Meadow.
what this is about. Taco for Trillo. It's a meadow.
Good morning.
Naked Firefly is putting her hand to her face.
Why?
I think we're being extra again.
Okay. When are we not? To be expected.
Let's see. Don't share these tips again. We're Do that and share audio.
This person I'm friends with on Facebook posted a bunch of pictures of their face, and he's like, "My acne is the worst it's ever been in my life." And it's like, honey, it's not even as bad as my acne is right now.
Yeah. I've had an almost red face full of craters as a teenager.
It's like,
My
you're
face
lucky.
was
if it's
clear in
worse.
high school.
Oh, it's about the salad tossing. I forgot we were live. People could actually hear me say that.
Yep. What I was gonna say is my face was clear in high school. It's pretty much clear now, but black don't crack, so you know.
So 6 minutes and we will start a sprint.
I just want to say that I have officially passed 1 week and 2 days of not smoking.
Yay!
Wooten
I'm
woot.
dying.
You are not dying.
I'm a little
God, why,
sleepy.
I need a big, strong man to come and help me open this container.
Ain't none of them here.
God damn it. I can open it myself. I just
Ooh,
don't want to.
you got a handful of shattered.
I got a handful of shattered.
Have you started it yet?
No, I was gonna start it last night, but I was way too tired, so I'm gonna start it today.
Okay.
I've got my sticky notes and my page tabs and my pen. I am ready.
I have a feeling when we're drunk, you're going to be trying to look at these freaking sticky notes and you're going to be like sticking them to your face.
Well, now I have to just because you said that.
Firefly is saying yay to your no smoking.
Yay!
Oh, I can do that. Ah! I have the
Yep.
power.
You have the power.
I have the power.
There's a song. Yeah, that. I'm still not seeing the benefit of not smoking yet, so you know.
I think it takes time for your body to heal from that.
It took me probably like 2 months before I finally was like, okay, I guess this is why I quit smoking.
So that's the problem is like it probably will take me longer because the last time I tried to quit, 3 months and I still wasn't happy.
No, you'll still want to smoke. You just won't feel the negative effects from when you were smoking. Like for me, when I was actively smoking, my lungs would hurt if I wasn't smoking, and that stopped after about 2 months.
Yeah, I can't really tell the difference. My lungs are pretty much the same way either way. So I don't know. But I've always had a bad lung capacity in the first place, so
Yeah.
smoking really didn't change that.
Even now, sometimes it's been over 2 years. Even now, I still sometimes want to smoke.
I did a thing. I did another thing.
You did a thing! Oh my god! You did it!
No one else is coming. It's just gonna be us and Firefly.
I'm permanently in my ugly duckling stage. Thank you, Firefly.
Well, Cash does have a pass because she's with the boyfriend today.
Well, yeah. No, we're talking about like people outside of the internal monologue. Because I also don't think Amber's going to come.
Yeah, it's Monday, so she probably has to work.
Mm-hmm.
It's just us three, the people with no lives.
Yep.
Hey.
Hey, I don't have a life. I admit it.
I'm just kidding. I'm sure Jake has something.
Well, I have stuff that I'm working on, but no social life outside of YouTube and Facebook.
Did you post it on the Facebook?
Yes, I posted it on the
The
Book of
face of
Faces.
book.
The
The Book of Faces.
What is this Book of Faces? Wait, that sounds like Book of
What?
Feces.
Feces. How did the man join the Knights of Templar? Shouldn't that be the men?
All demands.
Oh, a man. There. Okay, I didn't see the A part. I just need. I have so much to do, guys. So much to fucking do. I can't even.
And we're getting ready.
No.
Yes. All the yes.
Yes. So my poem is gonna go up in an hour. By the way.
Oh, cool. Yeah, all I had to do was throw in deep voice, and all of a sudden, Alec agreed with me.
It's true. It's very easy.
No. Yes. Yes. Okay.
Sad
is
part is
time.
it's true.
It is time, and we're gonna sprint in 3, 2, 1. And we're back. How'd everybody do?
I'm just about done with chapter 1 of my edits on my short story, but then I got distracted by Aphrodite.
What's she up to?
Oh, it's just the shattered Discord.
Okay.
And she's posting merch and stuff, and Stewie's being a freaking bitch ass motherfucker with his team's freaking chase bullshit.
Oh, I need to get some books because I need to read a bunch of people's stuff. See,
Well, I
Eva
know.
vacuumed the room and picked out some photos.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to get you one of mine because I actually can get one cheaper than you actually would be able to. I just have to ship it to you.
You think
So.
I'm gonna cheat you out of a sale? Hell no.
Hey, listen, Linda. Fine, whatever.
And Meadow is still silent.
Reading. Maybe she fell into the book. It is pretty interesting. I'm telling you, it has like a very well. You've never seen this anime before, but
You were
it
saying
has this
Utena.
very Utena. Like it has that feeling without actually having anything to do with that anime. Nothing seems like it is, and everything's a little weird.
Let's see, The Naked Firefly got 2 chapters left to edit and 2 to rewrite, and also needs to buy more books. Hey, Aphrodite, how's it going?
Speaking of,
so I am going to read this description of FBA, as I shall call him.
Ugh, Aladdin fuckboy.
Because I am really digging him a lot. A lot.
I just think he's pretty. Like, oh my god, I want to touch his face. I want to touch a lot of things, but that's not the point.
A curtain to my right fluttered, and pure Arabian perfection walked in. My crush on the animated Aladdin ran deep, and here was a human version in front of me, in low-rise black jeans and nothing else. His black hair tousled to fall just above his eyes.
Nice.
Yeah. It's like, I am so down.
I'm always down. Oh, I love this freaking line where it says, Mike arched his brow, be a good boy. Lawrence's chest tightened and his stomach turned as anger washed over him. Who the hell does he think he is? I'm not a boy. This book's gonna be fun.
Who are we talking about, Aphrodite? Are you asking about the thing that I just read? Because that is a new character that's coming into my series.
Dude, you have to see his inspiration. He is like thirst-inducing, like Sahara Desert level thirst-inducing.
Did I actually? Yes, I did. Come on.
Gotta love StreamYard or StreamYard or whatever.
Okay, so let me try and make this work. Not that, not that. Okay. Apparently I can't share that screen.
Sorry, it took me a minute to come back because I had mom duties.
How long is the story again? So I had to try to kick off 1,278 words of the short story. Yes, like you're at a Mirage thirsty. This man is just delicious.
Hey, Aphrodite, look at what I got.
Oh my god!
I'm excited.
There we go. That is the new guy.
Why does he have to be such a fuckboy though?
Because that is his character.
God, I want Michael. I'll just take Michael then.
Aphrodite likes him.
All right. Right? Yeah, I noticed Aphrodite. You were supposed to be resting, and instead you were working on t-shirts.
Woman,
I
get
was
rest.
asleep. Not that I could blame her. I do the same thing. I'll work when I probably shouldn't.
Me too.
I love me a dark-haired boy. It's the only thing about Michael I'm not a huge fan of. I love dark hair.
Oh, see, I love a blonde boy too. And a redhead. And brown hair.
It depends. I really love me some dark-haired men. Like I have just, oh my god. Especially when they're extremely pale and dark-haired. It's wonderful. Sorry. I'm just drooling over here.
Pale with dark hair and crystal blue eyes, like
Oh my god.
Darian from Sailor Moon.
Oh my god. Or Alec from Shadowhunters. Well, the book.
Yeah.
Not the movie.
See, I don't care about all those details. I just like me some facial and chest hair.
You just want you pretty much want it. Just cover it in hair. Who cares what they look like?
Oh, cousin it. Okay. Let's see. 2 more minutes and we'll start another sprint.
I will say
You don't
though
know me.
that
Can't tell me.
facial hair and chest hair doesn't look as good on a blonde person as it does on a dark-haired person.
Well, it just doesn't show up very well.
Yeah. Well, facial hair, like if it's a big beard, it shows up on anybody, but chest hair just doesn't show up as well if it's not dark hair.
Yeah, I just like dark hair. I don't really care. Like, oh, I love me some freaking black man with white hair. I found one once, and I was just like, oh my god. I just love like contrast. Anything that is high contrast. That's why I looked fierce in my freaking storm costume, because fucking contrast.
Okay, we are very close. It is 12:29.
See, I like looking at pretty boys, Aphrodite, but I'd rather fuck like a god. I just want a really like a Greek god to fuck with a pretty pool boy to stare at.
Well,
I'm good.
my channel just got demonetized.
I thought it wasn't monetized at all.
I know. You don't have to remind me.
Like, listen, that $1 per 1,000 views is really not worth it.
Is that really how much you get?
It's about
Something
$1
like
or
that.
something per 1,000 views on a video, so it's not very much.
Okay,
Right.
it is time. So we will sprint in 3, 2, 1,
You don't know me.
go. And we're done. How did everybody do?
I just added to my list of weird things to research.
Weird things? Like what?
1970s slang for jacking off.
You broke Meadow.
So you know what?
What?
There was some origins behind some slang that I accidentally discovered that I do when you get strangled to death. I discovered that the term "well hung" comes from the boner that men would get when they would get strangled, when they would get hung in the gallows. So
Interesting.
What?
weird research
Okay,
for
so
you.
I just found something very interesting. Fish queen.
Okay.
Fish queen.
It's means someone who sucks the C word and not cock.
Oh.
Love it.
So Meadow, I think you're a fish queen.
Hey, I haven't done that yet, okay? Jeez.
So you're
I haven't-
what do they call it?
I wanna be.
I guess aspiring fish queen.
I haven't been so lucky, okay?
These freaking slang words are making me crack up. I can't.
My poor
Frozen
virgin
fruit.
ears.
Frozen fruit means a frigid homosexual. I can't.
Well, my fact was actually interesting, okay? Jeez.
Fish pond means vagina.
Oh, God.
Oh my.
I know, right? I'm just like, I don't even know what to do with myself right now. This is bad.
Well, I got through like another page, so I'm happy. The revelations are starting.
The revelations?
Yes.
Is it the second coming?
I have spent way
It
too
hasn't
much
even
time
been the
talking.
first one yet.
I have spent way too much time talking to you two.
The Bible will never be the same again. Shag. Okay, I'm gonna track this one.
Corrupting Meadow, one holy book at a time.
Yes. Yes. It's God's will, you know. Shag. I already know what shag means.
Shagadelic, baby.
All right. It's not helping me. So come on, Aphrodite, do you know the slang? Because you grew up in the 70s.
Aphrodite's going to make coffee.
Damn it. When she comes back, I'm asking her that question.
So one thing I need to do after the stream is to transfer mental slavery to a document so I can make notes on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because in order to narrate poetry properly, you have to put marks of like intonation and what?
Yes.
Aphrodite's comment.
Corrupting Meadow. I'm gonna write it. Now I'm gonna write the short story.
Oh, God.
And I'm gonna gift it to you, Meadow. I'm gonna publish it and send you the first copy of it.
Oh, special dedication and a special signed copy for me.
Actually, that could also be like a location in a fantasy novel. The Corrupting Meadow.
It could.
Okay, tell me what the slang for masturbation was. Damn it. Because I'm not finding it. I'm finding everything else but that. Because I mean, I pretty much I have to like skate the line between sounding like I'm trying too hard to make it sound like the 1970s. So like I have like maybe twice I've said groovy, twice. That's it.
That's actually something that I see in TV shows nowadays when they're trying to be in a decade that they're not from, and it just sounds
Yeah,
like they're
right.
trying way too hard. Like
Yeah.
American Horror Story 1984. The stuff about the 80s that they used, it was just so cringy.
Yeah,
I
that's why
really
I don't
like-
want to be one of those.
I really liked the season, but their 80s references just tried too hard.
And I didn't want the short story to come across like that. So I'm really trying to use it, but not go overboard.
Mm-hmm.
So people can still relate and not feel like they walked into that 70s show.
Right. You want it to be the 70s, not pretend to be the 70s.
Yep. I mean, I even researched it because there's BDSM in here. I even researched BDSM in the 1970s, and they're very like even more hidden then than they were now. So, like they're in like unmarked buildings, or like they're undercover as clubs,
So,
regular clubs.
Corrupting Meadow is going to be a fantasy erotic novel with sort of a double entendre.
Okay, we should co-author this book.
No, that's what Aphrodite said.
Oh, well, we should all co-author this book. Like everybody gets a few chapters.
I'm out.
Oh, come on. You don't want to talk about yourself?
No, not really. There's a reason
come
I don't
on,
do
let that Leo
self-inserts.
Let that Leo out. Come on.
You will be much more relaxed if you do some more self-inserts.
Yep.
I already
It's
get
true.
attached to my characters, and I'm not even in the book. So, how much
I
worse
think
do you
she-
think it's
I
going to
think
be
that-
if I'm in the
I
book?
think she got that went over her head.
Yeah.
I don't write sex scenes, okay? Jeez.
Yes, you do. You just don't know you're writing sex scenes.
Fireflies out
Like,
too.
damn it. I know that was one word I know was common Aphrodite in the 70s, which is why I just didn't want to use it constantly, groovy. But it is in there. I also found something really interesting, like certain like brick house. Apparently it means like a really hot woman.
Oh, okay. That's what that song means.
Because you're a brick
House.
house.
She's mighty mighty. Letting it all hang
Yeah.
out.
Thank you, Aphrodite. So we're gonna contribute to it. Corrupting Meadow. Okay, so 99%. So would they just say masturbation? Would they say jack off? Would they say choke the chicken?
Oh, God.
Well, only one of those three things was not slang.
I know, right? I just don't know when jack off became. Maybe check the Urban Dictionary. See when it actually came into being.
A bad
Because
mama
wank
jammer.
has been part of wanking has been around for a long time, but that's in Europe.
She's a
So-
bad mamma jamma.
Bad Mamba Jamma? What? Bad
Mama jamma. Bad mama
Mamba
jamma.
Jamma? Oh, okay, that's what that was. Jerk off. So they did say jerk off. Okay, thank you. That's all I needed to know.
Wow. All that research just to get back to the word you were already using.
I just wasn't sure. I know, but I didn't want the character because the character is an accountant, and it didn't sound like something he would say.
Mm.
Now his friend would say choke the chicken.
Speaking of choking the chicken, how about another sprint?
What does that have to do with choking? What are you gonna do?
You can do that in 20 minutes? All right.
All right. Hey,
I was doing a segue.
was that power sprint? Power sprint.
Okay, are you ready?
Thank you all for your
I'm ready.
contribution to my words.
You're welcome.
Okay, we are going to start. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start in 3, 2, 1, lift off.
Yay.
And we're back. How did everybody do this time?
What are you laughing about?
I'm laughing at you rushing back.
They're like, was she scurrying?
Yes, she's
I was
scurrying.
making food. Noelle, watch your movie and be quiet.
Yeah, Noel. I don't know. I dropped like 20 words from my manuscript.
I wrote nothing.
I did something unfortunate because it's YA that I'm writing. I faded to black.
Well, it is YA, so, you know.
So I
I typically forgive it if it's YA. I don't forgive it if it's adult.
I don't know. I
Like,
feel
I don't
like
Not
forgive
so much
it
a
at
fade to
all.
black, more of a time skip.
Huh?
it's more
I
of
said
a
it
time
wasn't
skip.
so
You
much
just
a
skip the
fade-
whole thing.
Yeah, well, I just jumped ahead in time.
So when I was a teenager, I was writing an adult book, and whenever a sex scene would come up, I would just skip it. But that's also because I was like 16, and I was like, I don't want to write sex scenes because I was still a prude back then.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that, Aphrodite. Let's see. Firefly is done with edits and now is working on the 2 chapters for rewrite. Cool, cool.
Yeah, my prescription's ready.
What? Yes, I
I
just.
just don't know which one it is.
I'm gonna stay muted for a bit because she's upset for some reason, and I don't want everybody to hear her crying.
We can tell.
So I'll be here, but I'm not gonna say anything.
All right. Happy momming.
See, I only read sex scenes when I was in middle school. I didn't really write them. Which is probably why I have such an yeah,
Such what?
but I was saying, and that's probably why I have such an expansive knowledge on sex scenes because I've read so many different kinds.
Yeah, I was innocent a little longer. Was that you?
Yeah, that was my productivity timer because I'm trying to stay on. I'm trying to get more than just one thing done in a day.
Gotcha.
Let's get it started.
That is not what I wanted.
Hey, I got tons done today.
I know.
No, back when I was in middle school, I was much more innocent. The boys I was interested in like being with, but not like sexually. Just like I wanted to like hug them and stuff.
No. Well, see, that's the thing is when I was in middle school, I had random crushes, you know, and I was never really interested in sleeping with them, even though I read a lot of sex scenes in books. I just wanted to hold their hands and kiss them.
Yeah, pretty
So
much.
it was, and that was as far as it went. And like I remember my grandmother when I went on a date with this boy who was like a close friend of mine, and he asked me out. I was so happy. And she was just like, keep your legs closed, you know, good Christian old lady. And I'm like, what are you talking about, Grandma? I just want to hold his hand.
Yeah.
I actually
we're
didn't
in
really
good
get a
company
sex drive
here.
until. Yeah, I actually never. I didn't have any interest in sex until I was about 16, maybe 15.
I'm trying to think of. I don't know if I can think of when it actually kicked in. But here's the thing, Firefly, is that back then you probably could write them as well as a Harlequin writer.
Yeah.
Shade.
Shade. I just can't, I can't do Harlequin at all. I just can't.
I wanna hold your hand.
Yeah, me trying to write sex scenes when I've never had it would be impossible when I was younger, so I did enjoy watching, looking at Yoi though, or Yaoi, or whatever the fuck they call it. I never know.
That was not a thing.
That was a thing. I was part of the generation of extreme anime obsession. So
Yeah,
it was everywhere.
When I was in high school, Sailor Moon was airing on American TV for the first time.
It was already on there for a long time before when I started watching it. Yeah, I had, I have trauma reasons why I was never interested. And I don't know, I was too busy reading and doing my own thing to worry about touching people.
I was a prude.
Oh,
Major
Never
prude.
Was? I'm just kidding.
Okay. You don't even know. I was serious prude back then. Except for it's funny because I would read erotica when I was 13. That's when I started reading erotica, and that's all I read for 2 years. But I was still a major prude.
Repressed.
yeah, I
That's
think it
what
was
they call
probably
it.
early high school for me.
Yeah, Sailor Moon was all about me. Dude, that was my first anime, and I mean, I can't watch it now because I realize how ridiculous it is, but I still love the aesthetic of it. I knew every character's freaking zodiac. I knew what their favorite food was. I knew their English name, their Japanese name. I was an obsessed child.
Yeah, back then, my, I guess, spirit animal was Mina, Sailor Venus.
Yeah. Yeah, mine was originally Mars until they brought in Sailor Saturn.
Mm.
So, because
No,
even though
I
Sailor
was-
Saturn didn't have much of a role, she could destroy planets. Who doesn't like people who can destroy planets?
I was Miss Lonely Heart. But
Yeah.
that was self-imposed too, because I wasn't out. It was just a matter of, I can't find a boyfriend. It's because you ain't looking, bitch.
See, I think with me, Sailor Mars, I just love the firepower. The whole pyro thing is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I think the one I disliked, the one I actually disliked, was probably Sailor Moon herself.
I think
She
most
got on my
people did.
nerves. But I was there for Darien all day.
Oh yes.
All day. Especially the movie with his alien friend. I was like, you're so gay. This is so gay right now. Just accept it. I watched those two for a very long time.
What about Darian and Andrew?
Wait, what?
Video
Andrew?
game
Oh yeah.
arcade guy.
Was that? Yeah, that was the one Jupiter was in love with.
Mm-hmm.
For a minute, yeah. Not really. He was too boy next door for my taste.
Which makes them perfect.
Like a little. Nope.
Yep.
I like mystery and danger. I wouldn't know what to do with the boy next door. I would not
Why
know
not?
what to do with the freaking boy next door. I would probably scare him away.
I know exactly what to do with the boy next door.
Sure you do. I know what I would do with Darian
And the boy next door.
all day.
I have not watched Sailor Moon.
No?
I've been considering watching it now, but I don't know if it would be the same for me as an adult.
Probably not.
Here's the thing. They have the new version out, which is the Sailor Moon Crystal, which takes like 5 seasons, 5 like 40 episode seasons, and condenses them into like 10.
Oh my god, that's so
It's-
stupid. You can't just do that.
So you lose so much of what it meant to watch it back in the 90s.
I just love the
So-
part where you find out she's the freaking moon princess.
I cried
awesome.
my eyes out in that episode.
Especially, yeah, Darian was like passing out. He's on the floor. And I'm just like, oh my god. That's pretty much my reaction.
I grew up in the country and went to a school that was also in the country that was really small, and it just wasn't really in my circle. And then the first anime I watched was when I was 20, and it was Death Note.
I love Tenji.
I've
Well,
not watched
I love
Death
the OVA. Death Note? I love Death Note.
Note. See, Aphrodite liked Andrew. She's on my side.
I just don't like him because he's just boring. Like he was just there. I like dangerous men. I had a crush on freaking Nephlite and what the fuck is the other name? There's Zoisite, Nephlite, and Malachite.
And Jedi.
I had a crush on them. And Jedi, thank you. I had a crush on them.
See, I don't know what you guys are talking about, so I'm just gonna be quiet.
And then you find out once you're older that Zoisite was actually a guy. And
That's the funny thing is I already knew he was a
guy.
guy.
Well, that was not brought over here until years after it was first released.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing is I would look at the animation and I'm like, that's not a woman.
Oh,
And then they
became
did the same thing with another season. You remember the circus season with the circus villains and the one that was like a fish? That was
Yeah.
a man too.
Yep. Well, and they freaking made Uranus and Neptune cousins. What kind of bullshit is that?
Yeah, that was stupid. I was like, that's sicker than just making them lesbians. Like seriously. Oh,
Yeah.
and what beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I love the song for when they found out she was a princess. That's the song that almost made me cry.
Yes. No, that is the one that made me cry.
Yeah. That song was beautiful. Sometimes I just play it for nostalgia reasons. And I was such a nerd. I got the locket, not the first one, but the second one, the one that opens. And it had the crystal inside of it. It was the second
Yes,
locket, I think, from the second season.
Yes. 100% yes. That song tore me open.
Yeah, My Only Love. Yeah, I love that song so much.
I actually have the
But-
soundtrack.
I had the soundtrack. Oh, and The Power of Love. I love that song from the movie. Well, one of the movies.
Sailor Moon wasn't popular anymore when I was growing up. They'd already moved on to Yu-Gi-Oh! And like Dragon Ball Z.
Well, Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon were airing at the same time. Like they were literally Sailor Moon was there for the girls, Dragon Ball Z was there for the boys.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It just wasn't super popular, at least where I grew up, I guess. I don't know.
Well, it was extremely popular in like the late 90s. to
I
the
was born
early
in
2000s.
1996, okay? I was a youngin'.
That's why it was very popular at that point, at least in my generation. But yeah, seriously, I had the locket from the second season that has the crystal inside of it, and it would play the song when you opened it. I was so happy. You have that locket? Yeah, I used to have that locket. Oh, I know what happened to it. Yes, they keep them as lesbians in the Japanese version. Are you there, Jace?
Yes, I'm trying to find something.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I have to honestly say that I did prefer the English one only because I'd gotten so used to it as a kid. So when I switched over to the Japanese one, it just wasn't the same.
Mm-hmm.
But I did enjoy the fact that they didn't, everything was what it was supposed to be. The two lesbians, yeah. So I swear, freaking Darian was like freaking bisexual though. I don't care what anyone says. There was just too much bromance going on in that show for him not to be a little bi, or at least pan, or something, or bi-flexible, something. Does anyone remember Molly?
Yes.
I loved Molly. She was so cute. The episode where I think it was it Nephlite, the one with the long brown hair? They fell in love with each other, and he saved her life. I cried. It was like the bad boy went good, and then he dies, and I'm pissed off. He's like, he finally redeemed himself, and you kill him? What the hell?
I want the actual scene, you stupid YouTube. It's irritating.
Well, see, the one that I really, really wish that they would dub, just because, or at least I could find it, is the last season, the one with the Sailor Starlights, the 3 male Sailor Scouts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those are the ones that I really wish they would like actually officially market in the United States. Oh, and Dark Lady or Black Lady, I think it's both, depending on the English or Japanese. I loved her so much, but it was a little sick because they kept putting her with her father in a weird twisted kind of way. I was like, that's creepy.
No, I'm laughing at what Aphrodite said. I don't think it's come to StreamYard yet. She wrote a fanfic of Sailor Moon with her as the villain. It might be
There you
erotic.
go. I would have done the same shit. I actually drew very, very gay fanfic. Oh, okay, so I found a fanfic that I cannot find again. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened to it, but someone wrote a full-length fanfic where Darien was actually Sailor Earth, and there's another Sailor Scout called Sailor Sun, who is Sailor Moon's brother. So it was like a long, drawn-out thing. It was glorious. It was just, and they had like male sailor suits. Like they made a male version of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. Just cannot find it anymore though. Yeah, dude, I'm all for the Starlights. You don't even know. All for the Starlights.
Well, the Starlights.
I still had a question though. Yeah, the only thing that like makes me really fucking I couldn't do it is that, okay, so Sailor Moon falls in love with the leader of the Starlights, right? So why is Mini Moon still alive? Darien went missing. She falls in love with him. Why isn't Mini Moon phasing out of existence?
Because
it's like a timeception.
Well, no. I mean, it just means that didn't last. It was just a fling, and she went back to Darien.
Well, from what I heard, she didn't go back to Darien. That was what confused me. Like, I guess that was an insert later or something. It was a long time ago. I don't remember the details.
So
I don't know how we got on the subject of Sailor Moon.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I've been starting to watch more and more anime in recent years just because I feel like I need to catch up.
There's so much fucking anime. No, there isn't.
I'm only watching like the mostly popular ones or any ones that I'm interested in. So right now we're watching One Punch Man. I've already seen Full Metal Brotherhood, and I've already seen Your Lie in April. Have you guys seen Gargantia on their Vivacious Planet?
Nope.
That one's a gut punch. That one's only one season,
Uh,
but it's a gut punch.
You need to watch Assassination Classroom. It's so fucking funny.
Oh, I'm also in the midst
So
of
freaking funny.
Devil's Part-Timer.
I love The Devil's a Part-Timer so much.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time because
I will
What
say
about
that
Brotherhood?
Brotherhood is not as good as the original Full Metal Alchemist.
I
So-
disagree because I've seen both. So yeah,
Well,
I disagree.
most fans will tell you that Brotherhood is the worst out of all of them. So
I don't know. I've had most people tell me that Brotherhood is better because it actually follows the manga. Because the first version, they didn't wait for the manga to be finished and they did their own thing. And then the Brotherhood, the reason why they made Brotherhood is because they were following the manga.
Yeah, everything that
Yeah.
I've seen talking about Brotherhood says that it is the best.
Yeah, that's everything I've seen.
everybody that I've talked to said that it wasn't the best. So I don't know.
So these are examples of sound chambers or echo chambers where the people who think outside of what you think, their information is not getting filtered to you. Usually because of like settings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's why so much of the Republican stuff doesn't get to Democrats, so much of the Democratic stuff doesn't get to Republicans. It's because
Mm-hmm.
everything is filtered out before it gets there. So, when you say something like, this is how things are for the trans world, and I don't see how everyone doesn't know it by now, it's because that information is not being transmitted.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can understand that, but also I'm from the point of view where there's people who just don't care, even if it's told to them. So that's a really big problem.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
like,
I don't
even
know.
if it's
You're
not being
honestly the first
transmitted,
person that says.
Too many people.
Hmm?
What?
Sorry.
oh, I was just saying, like, so yeah, that's mostly what the issue is that people who
Mm-hmm.
are being told and don't want to know, or continue to do the same stupid shit even though they've been told 20,000 times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're honestly the first person I've ever heard say that they didn't like Brotherhood or that Brotherhood was the worst, because everyone has told me that Brotherhood is better.
I don't know. I'm also, like I said, I'm usually the opposite of popular opinion. That's usually how I go. I've never, I hate Star Wars. I prefer Star Trek. I prefer Voyager when most people prefer the Captain Picard one, or Deep Space Nine, which I've never seen. Yeah.
You should watch
But
it.
yeah, I usually
You
have.
would like it.
Yeah, I think.
But yeah, I
just
usually.
knowing you, Alec, I think if you watch Deep Space Nine, it would take over as your favorite.
Deep Space 69, guys.
Oh my god.
You would love it. Like, seriously, Jordan was playing it, and I was like, what the fuck is this? But then I was, like, kind of into it.
It's just the storytelling is so much better.
Yeah, but like I said, it's just I usually have the opposite opinion of most people, so I just kind of am like, whatever.
You should at least give it a couple of episodes. They're not very long.
They're regular 42-minute episodes.
I'm talking about, okay. Well, then we're talking about different stuff. Because there's Deep Space Nine, and then there's Deep Space 69.
Oh. I'm talking about Deep Space Nine.
Okay, well, both of them are good, but Deep Space 69 would speak to Alec's soul. Because it's literally Deep Space Nine, but they're like 6 or 7 minute episodes, and they're all erotic content.
Exactly, Aphrodite. Deep Space Nine went places the others didn't even try.
I don't know. It'll take a lot because I am extrovert. So.
I watched Stargate growing up.
I watched that too.
Stargate was okay.
Daniel was my love interest.
And I watched
Because he was the nerdy boy next door.
don't know. My parents basically made me watch whatever they were interested in, and we didn't have cable, so we just pretty much watched old movies and stuff.
Well, we have.
CSI, the original. CSI Las Vegas.
Oh, see, I never got into the CSI stuff.
The original one is the only one that's good. All the rest of them are just meh. CSI Las Vegas. It used to just be CSI, and then when they started making all the other ones, they had to add Las Vegas on so that people would know the difference.
One of the reasons I never got into them is because that is what my ex watched all the freaking time.
Mm. Yeah, I just like CSI Las Vegas. All the other ones can go fuck themselves.
Aphrodite is on my page.
Wait, who's
I-
Daniel? I'm confused.
Daniel from Stargate.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember their names. It's been years.
Oh, he was adorable beyond belief. And that is my
Was he that guy with the
favorite.
glasses?
Yes.
The blonde guy with the glasses? Or whatever?
Yes.
My parents made me watch all of the Christopher Reeves Superman movies. I love them. And they made me watch Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Love it.
Fetal Keanu.
When I
Funny
got
thing with me-
to teenage years is when I started branching out.
See, I can't, like, I cannot stand DC universe at all. But I like Marvel
Superman is
universe.
amazing.
It's
Okay,
mostly just
so-
'cause-
Sorry, you can say your thing first.
Oh, I was just saying it's just because a lot of DC was just very two-dimensional.
Here's my opinion. I am a fan of both. I prefer Marvel movies. I prefer Marvel villains better. I prefer DC TV shows, and generally speaking, I prefer DC heroes, but it really depends because sometimes there's heroes that are better, and like they both rip each other off all the time. Like Wade Wilson is a rip-off of Slade Wilson, which is a DC thing. Like
Mhm.
they rip each other off all the time. So it's not like unless
Yeah,
like,
I'm a
sometimes they
huge-
prefer their version. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just a huge X-Men fan. They're like my favorite of all superheroes. So, yeah. Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do DC, guys. It's just Superman's an idiot. Batman's an idiot. I can't do it. I just can't.
Okay. So Superman is a paragon. That's why I like him, is because he is an overly powerful dude that just wants to be a regular human. He's basically a god who wants to be a man. And he can be too idealistic at times, which is why that's a good thing and a bad thing. I don't know. I just love Superman.
Yeah, that's one of the
He's
reasons why I can't stand
my
it. Because it's just too idealistic. I can't. Like, I'll take Captain America any day because at least he has flaws.
Well, so does Superman. Superman has plenty of flaws.
Yeah, but not humane flaws. They're more like superhero flaws. But like he just comes across as too nice.
One of
I
his
can't do it.
flaws that makes him really dangerous is that he's really, really stubborn, and he thinks that he's the only one that knows the right way, to the point where there's a whole one of the animated series. There's a whole like section of this. Jeez, my child. There's a whole section of the series where he thinks he knows what's best and basically becomes a supervillain because he is the only one that knows the right way, and he basically takes over the world and becomes like an emperor of the world.
Justice, right?
Yeah, it is.
I can't do the Superman thing. I just can't. I do not like him at all. But I hate Batman just as much for the same reason. They're just the opposite side.
Firefly said she likes the new Aquaman, makes her love Aquaman now.
Oh, I hated Aquaman until they put him there.
I like him as Aquaman. I didn't really like the movie very much because it was really, really cheesy. But I like him as Aquaman.
I think it's absolutely hilarious, though. All these people bitching and moaning about people being cast as things, people who don't look like the comic book version being cast as the person. But
Right.
no one opened their damn mouth when Jason Momoa was cast as Aquaman.
Because he's just amazing.
Everyone was like, mm.
He's just amazing. There's no arguing against Jason Momoa. That's why I'm really glad that he's in the new Dune movie.
When I saw that he was cast for that, I was like, that makes so much more sense than a blonde white guy.
I know.
Like a Pacific Islander? Yes, that is what Aquaman should look like.
Yeah. I don't know. I like Jason Momoa in like anything that he's in. So
Cal,
the movie itself was cheesy as shit, but he's great.
this.
That must leave my husband. Oh my god.
Cal Drogo.
She agrees.
Yes, we hear her.
I don't know. I guess I can accept that you don't like Superman, but fuck you anyways.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Well, I think it's just like his flaws are. I'm not saying he's not flawed. He's just not flawed in the human way. He's flawed in the he thinks too much of himself way, but that intensifies the fact that he's perfection, and that's just annoying to me.
I don't know. I disagree with you. I don't think his flaws is that he thinks too much of himself. I think that his flaws is that he is a god with the mind of a human. And he tries to be too idealistic, but he fails.
Yeah. I kind of it's most of it for me is just like he kind of makes this decision that he knows the right way. So he's essentially Light from Death Note. He just never goes insane. But Batman's the same way for me too. It's like, who the fuck are you to think you can just save the world? But I just have an issue with DC. I always have, because their storylines just don't resonate with me personally.
I'm trying to change your mind. Give me a moment.
Plus, I will admit the problem with DC, white heterocentric, and they still kind of are. Marvel at least walked away from that with X-Men. So that was probably another thing that kind of got on my nerves. Excluding, I think Luke Cage was DC. I think he's the only one I remember who wasn't white. At least I think he's DC.
What do you think of that, Superman?
He's okay.
Which one is that? I can't see the screen very well.
That's Tyler Hoechlin. He is delicious.
I'm old school.
If he wasn't wearing that suit, I'd probably be more attracted to him. I also hate the Superman outfit.
Careful. Everybody used to make fun of Aquaman because they're like, what good is like being able to talk to fish? And it's like, I don't know. He's pretty powerful.
Well, it's because he didn't really have any actual power. Have you seen the original cartoons?
The guy who played Superman in the shows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the actual shows, like he was completely pathetic.
I really, really, really loved Smallville growing up. So the last season aired when I was a senior in high school. So I watched Smallville growing up. I loved it.
I will say that even though, like I said, I dislike Superman, the man from Lois and Clark made me happy when he wasn't in the Superman outfit.
You know, he guest starred. what's her face's dad? Supergirl's dad, adopted dad. He plays that character on the current show.
Yeah, and he became really problematic.
And Supergirl, the actress that played Supergirl in one of the previous movies or shows or whatever, plays the mom.
Yeah, Dean Cain was the one you're talking about that played Superman and then played their dad. He also is no longer allowed back on the show because he was saying a lot of really homophobic things.
Homophobic
Wonderful.
things?
Yes.
What a great man. Ugh.
So it is unfortunate, but he is never going to be back on the shows. Probably.
Well, that's good. Is that why they killed him?
They didn't actually kill him.
Oh, I thought they killed him.
No, they left. He left the show with what was the Cyborg Superman? Like they left fighting or something, and I'm not sure exactly how it worked out, but that storyline never got picked back up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Aphrodite. Oh yeah, the Batman thing. The only thing about Batman that I loved was the villains. I hated Batman himself, but I loved the villains.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Batman had
Because the psychological, because like the level of insanity, but it was understandable insanity.
Okay, but Deadpool is a ripoff of Slade Wilson from
It
DC.
doesn't matter. Deadpool's awesome.
It's done so much differently. Slade is like a badass, hardcore, vigilante bounty hunter type guy, and Deadpool is like wisecracking, breaking.
Yeah, and doesn't give a shit. He just does whatever benefits him.
Like they took
Yeah,
it
Deadpool
in a
is-
different direction that I don't consider.
Yeah, Deadpool is definitely stands on his own as a very unique character because of how he is.
He's funnier than Slade Wilson, but he still is a copy of him.
Started out that way. It went.
Well,
so
everything
far.
starts off as a copy. Like everything does at some point.
Ryan doesn't play Slade, does he? I've never heard that.
Yeah, there's rip-offs and tropes are pretty much the same thing.
I mean, considering that their names are Slade Wilson and Wade Wilson.
Yes, we understand this.
Yep, still doesn't change the fact that Deadpool's better.
I don't know. I feel like I also like Deadpool better, but I'm just saying.
See, I didn't really like the Penguin, but I loved Catwoman.
As much as I want to say that the Eartha Kitt was the best one, because I love Eartha Kitt, Michelle Pfeiffer was so amazing.
Michelle Pfeiffer,
I like them
Catwoman,
both.
sexy as shit.
Yeah.
The only one that I couldn't stand was Halle Berry. That was a horrible choice.
I wanted to be the Michelle Pfeiffer
Dude.
Catwoman.
Two mistakes that they freaking made in both DC and Marvel is casting Halle Berry as any of the superheroes.
You don't
They
like
both
Halle
made
Berry?
the mistake. I love her in movies. I just cannot stand her as Storm. Because Storm is supposed to be this very strong, like she radiated strength in the
I like
animations and in the comic books.
But
The way they portrayed her was at this. Huh?
Sorry. I was saying I like the person they cast as young Storm.
Yeah, she's fine, but when they casted Halle Berry, it was the wrong person because Halle Berry came across as this soft, person, and Storm isn't built like that. Me angry that they chose her of all people.
And they never really took Storm to the level that she really is, because she's a mega level.
hmm And that's the only reason she was casted, because she was so her and what's his name? Xavier. Big names.
What, you
Oh,
don't
and
like?
also Wolverine
Patrick Stewart?
and Wolverine.
You don't like Patrick Stewart as Xavier?
What? Who?
Patrick Stewart. He plays Charles Xavier.
I know. I didn't say I didn't like him. I'm just saying that they were big names. That's the only reason
Oh,
they were
okay.
casted, because
Okay.
they're well known. I loved Patrick Stewart. I love him as an actor. The only character in X-Men I could not stand was Halle Berry. That was the only one.
Well, we can all say that the original 3 X-Men movies were not very good, anyways. So
James Marsden. That makes everything good.
Wait, are you talking about who's that?
oh, not the casting and stuff. I just mean the movies in general.
Yeah, the movies were horrible. But especially what they did to the Phoenix, that made me mad.
Yeah.
Because instead of making her an alien Firebird, they created some multi-personality bullshit, and I'm like, that's not how that works.
They had a chance to redo it too with the new one, and they still failed.
I didn't see it, and I heard it.
I didn't
so
see
was
it
like,
either.
nope.
I just know they failed.
Patrick's hilarious. He can be a funny little shit sometimes. Oh, and I wanted to, like, I would freaking, I cannot remember his name because I'm horrible at names, but Wolverine, that man made me so happy. I love him so much. The one I couldn't stand was Visor dude. Well, I could stand him. He just didn't do anything for me.
Cyclops
Yeah,
was
him.
played by James Marsden, my husband.
No. He got on my nerves. He got on my nerves. I was like, boy, you need to sit the fuck down. Wolverine's got more on you, motherfucker. You did. I'm sorry.
Except for her. So, I mean, he didn't have her.
Well, that's because she's a dumb bitch.
Right, Aphrodite?
Yeah, right?
Him and
That's
Zac
pretty much.
Efron. Oof.
Mm.
Yeah, I like him too. Have you seen the horror movie that he's in? I forget what it's called. I can find the title.
Now I'm just thinking about him. Yeah, and the third movie pissed me off because you don't kill my husband off in the first 5 fucking minutes of the movie.
Oh, I clapped. I really did. I was like, yes, he's gone.
No, you.
But that's because I don't dislike the actor. I
Just
dislike the character. Yeah, I didn't dislike the actor. It was the character I hated. But I didn't even like him in the comic books or the movies or the shows. Like, I do not
Oh
like
my God.
Cyclops.
Have you seen him in Tour de Pharmacy?
No.
You should watch that one. That one's funny. It's basically talking about the pharmacy and the blood doping debacle that happened with the Tour de France. But it's like a comedy movie, parody movie. It's really funny. And he plays one of the bike riders in there.
Now, you want to know who I thought was adorable? Iceman. I forgot his name. The one that was with Rogue in the movies. He was adorable.
Well, if they take his character the way that it goes nowadays, I'm down for that.
Mm-hmm. I just know that actor was hot. Like, that fucking actor was hot.
Bobby Drake is gay now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry. I just don't like Cyclops. I don't hate the actor.
Oh.
It's called.
I'm sorry. Wolverine was better. And he had more balls than Cyclops ever will have.
Okay. The movie I was talking about, the horror movie he's in, is called Straw Dogs, and he's like a writer, a screenplay writer, I think. And It's a good movie. He did a good job in that one.
He has a twin? What?
Does he?
Oh.
Hmm.
But
His name
yeah,
was
they didn't
Robert
really-
Lewis? Right? Or is that... No, that's someone else.
Okay, new X-Men movies. The person that plays Nightcrawler, Jordan has a crush on that guy.
Do you know his name?
I will find out.
Out of all of the X-Men characters, Storm, Rogue, not from the movies, but the actual characters from the comic book and shows. Storm, Rogue, Gambit, Mystique, and Xavier.
Okay, what is his name? What is his
God,
name?
and yeah, Wolverine was just... I loved Wolverine so much. And I forgot to name him too, Wolverine. I didn't like Jean Grey. Did not like Scott / Cyclops. I don't like Beastman. I don't like Nightcrawler. Don't like Magneto.
Okay, his name is what is his name? Cody Smith McPhee.
Cody what?
Cody Smith McPhee. Cody spelled Kodi. Smith SMIT dash McPhee. He a twink. Yes.
He a very twink. He a little too past twink into
He
emaciated.
looks like 12.
When he's
He
in his
looks 12.
Nightcrawler costume, he looks way better.
Nope. Don't like it.
There's a couple pictures that are okay, but most of them, he looks like he's
I
dying.
could break this boy in half. Like he hasn't changed. His younger self and his older self look the same. I can't. And what's with the
I don't
fucking
know.
mustache?
In Nightcrawler attire, he looks less young.
Probably.
Well,
It's
being
not
blue
that
makes
young.
everyone look older.
He also really has a crush on Nicholas Holt. So
Oh, Nicholas Holt is beautiful.
Who?
Nicholas
I
Holt.
love Gambit, Aphrodite. I love Gambit. He was my favorite for a long time.
Gambit was
Aphrodite.
awesome.
Bye, Aphrodite.
I wanted to sleep with Gambit.
I wanted
Bye.
to sleep with Gambit and Cyclops and Nightcrawler and Iceman.
I wanted to sleep with Wolverine, Gambit, and I was happy.
I'm not really picky. I'll sleep with anybody.
You're just like, I'm a whore. I'm a whore.
And Quicksilver.
Puppy pile. Ooh,
Okay, I like
Quicksilver.
the actor who plays Quicksilver in the X-Men movies. I like him in American Horror Story.
Evan Peters. Yeah. Well, he's like almost every season of that.
I like the only season I really have seen of all of that I really loved him in was Freak Show with the lobster hands.
What was the name of the X-Men again?
With
Which
the character?
The one you were just talking about. I didn't
Quicksilver?
hear. Quicksilver. Okay, thank you. Oh, even though this is not related, as the Silver Surfer from Fantastic Four made me happy.
I did not see him like in human form. Because I didn't see the movie.
Well, my thing is he was naked. He was just
can't
covered
see.
in, silver. Can't see nothing. I was just like, I wanted
So
him to
did-
be like, unpaint him. Take
Did
it
you
all
like
off.
Dr. Manhattan?
Dr. Manhattan.
Was that the
From
stretchy guy?
No,
No.
from Watchmen.
Oh, the Watchmen. Yeah, I don't know anything about the Watchmen.
Naked
Okay.
glowing blue dick.
There's a scene in there because Dr. Manhattan's like he got his powers from like being in a room that like was just pure like nuclear whatever stuff, and he becomes like a guy that's just like a nuclear bomb basically, and he's naked most of the time. And there's a scene in the movie where he's like, it's like post coitus, and he's like full frontal nudity, and he's just this big glowing blue dude.
With a big glowing blue dong.
Yes. It's the only reason why that movie's good.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only reason. Well, the primary reason why I Robot was good. The very beginning scene when he's in the shower. Because Will Smith. I love me some Will Smith.
Oh, she left and then she came right back. Welcome back.
Because, you know, she's just welcome back. I guess.
I hope you feel better.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like certain characters I just don't like, and then other characters I do like. Like I had an unpopular opinion. I prefer Digimon to Pokemon.
No, Digimon's better.
I know, but everyone loved Pokemon, and they'd give me this face like, I'm like, what? It's better.
They really haven't Digimon.
Oh, they've seen it. They saw both. They just. Oh, you've
I
never
haven't
seen it?
No.
It's glorious. I love it. And also, I'm also part of the opinion that they shouldn't have gone past the first Pokemon movie. They should have just stopped. The first
Dr.
101.
Manhattan was blue, Aphrodite.
Dr. Manhattan, Watchmen.
I feel worse, but I need to know.
Dr. Manhattan. I actually have the DVD. I just saw it earlier today.
We're not going to flash blue penises on the screen. None of that.
No, what I need to know is if they have the full frontal scene in the new HBO TV show.
Well, it's not a complete remake, so probably not. Well, I mean, it could, but no. Digimon is better because
Yep.
Digimon had an actual like adventure storyline going on, as opposed to
Going
whatever.
from freaking city to city, fighting people, and then that's literally the same storyline over and over again every episode. Digimon had an actual arc.
Pokemon and Digimon were the same show, except Digimon had plot.
Yep. I just loved Angemon and Angewomon. What the fuck was the name of that cat?
Of course we did.
That little
Gatomon?
and that little cat character, Gatomon, is the one that turned into Angewomon.
Yeah.
And then in the next season, she turned into a Sphinx, pretty much, which was really.
I'm looking at pictures of the new Dr. Manhattan from the show, and he's not glowing.
Oh, come on. You didn't see them like devolve to their blobs in Digimon? It was so cute. Little blobs.
No, Pokemon are
Looked like-
cuter. I will give you that.
Digimon blobs. I like my blobs.
You know, one thing about Dr. Manhattan that I freaking would love to have in bed that this girl in the movie does not appreciate is that he can duplicate himself.
Yes. That's
And
the,
she got
my favorite-
mad and pissed about it, and he's like, "What?"
yeah, I would not get mad if my boyfriend split into like 6 different versions of himself and we're all doing me at the same time.
Right?
Oh, God. That's like the goal.
Yeah,
Like, fuck
exactly.
tentacle porn. Just one guy split into multiples.
She gets all pissy about it.
Oh,
in
my
the movie,
goddess.
and I'm
So you're
like,
talking about the anime? Oh, my goddess? Or are you saying, oh, my goddess? Because I don't know which one you're talking about.
did she find Dr. Manhattan? Is that why she's oh my god sing?
I just saw an anime name because that's actually the name of an anime. So
But Watchmen was so good. Just, I mean, giant blue penises aside.
It was good. I liked it.
My stepdad
That's where the
watched it,
whole
but I never
dark-
really had an interest.
That's
Oh,
where the
it's-
whole dark superhero thing started, was with Watchmen and Batman,
Mhm.
but mostly Watchmen.
Because it's a really good story. It's an
Mhm.
amazing story, and it makes you think. And you get to the end, and you meet the bad guy, and you're just like, why do I agree with this guy?
Right.
I will have to say I did enjoy the Wonder Woman movie. I did enjoy that.
I did not see that one.
I
It was
liked
definitely
Wonder
better
Woman,
than the
and
original.
I'm excited for the next one. 1984.
Yeah, I just liked that it was a different arc than the actual Wonder Woman from all the comic books. Like, it was so much better.
Yeah.
Well, the movie Watchmen, I mean, it's a movie, so wherever you can find it.
All you have to do
I
is
don't-
type in Watchmen and then like into Google, and it'll show you everywhere that it's available. Like,
Yeah,
scrolling
I
down.
own the DVD, so that's where I watched it.
And you could
but-
probably watch it on like Amazon, like renting it.
Here, let me Google it right now. All right, Google, where to stream Watchmen? It's on HBO and Amazon Prime.
Okay, so if you have Amazon Prime, then there you go.
Oh, it says it's also on Hulu, apparently.
And it's the movie, not the TV show, right?
Yeah, I think so. Okay, let me add movie on here. Movie. Yeah, Watchmen movie.
I just
Amazon Prime and Vudu. Okay. It's just a good movie, guys. It's just a good movie.
I agree.
I will say I don't really get Rorschach. I don't get his thing. But I did like Patrick Wilson in Watchmen.
I think Aphrodite is going to be doing some streaming. I don't have any streaming service. I have internet and YouTube.
Bye, Aphrodite.
You mean blue balls to check out?
Plus, the guy who plays Dr. Manhattan in the movie, he's freaking ripped. They took the guy and they made him blue, and that's it.
I'm blue.
Actually, he looks almost like he came out of that video.
That was my jam when I was a kid, okay?
Now, what time is it? 2:20. So I think is it Heather streams at 2:30?
I don't know.
I don't know because it's only 12:20 for me. Hey guys, get excited. This is Jace's first stream.
Woo!
Yes, successfully done. Yeah, Heather, do we?
Oh, I
like
just
to-
forgot my video went live.
Oh,
Oh.
It was like an hour ago. So, you know, because I wasn't paying attention.
so the poem video. Is it? Yep,
Hmm.
there it is.
Mish.
1 hour ago. The gift of you.
Ooh.
Yeah, if you want to hear me read another poem out loud, this one is Alex. So I think
Okay,
we
there
are
we go.
going to end
Okay.
Yep.
because I don't want to step on someone else's stream time.
Step all over it. Step.
Step
all.
down on it.
Okay, I just shared it on the page because I forgot to do that.
What?
First person to like it is freaking Aphrodite. Like literally 2 seconds after I posted, she likes it.
She's supporting you, man.
Yeah, that's what I
Yep.
thought. Yeah, Dana hasn't streamed all month.
Is she sick or something?
I know one of them was like flooding.
Noel, what are you doing?
Okay, so we are going to cut off just in case Heather is going to stream, and we'll catch you next time. Peace out. Bye.
Bye.